Good morning, everybody. All right, regular meeting, Commissioners Court, Liberty County, Texas, September 9th, 2025. It's a little bit after 9, about 9:10. Call this meeting to order. Let the record show that all the commissioners are present today. So with that being said, if y'all would all rise, we'll do the pledges to the flags, and Mr. Poston's going to offer an invocation today. American flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And the most beautiful flag in the United States.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Please bow your heads and pray with me. Father God, we come to you. We thank you for this wonderful turn of weather and the pleasure it brings in being outside. Father God, we ask that you would please put your hand over Commissioners Court this morning as they discuss and debate matters that are of common interest to us all. We ask that you would give them patience, that you would give them wisdom, that you would encourage honest disagreement and the spirit of compromise for everyone's interest. Father God, we ask that you please forgive us our sins as we forgive those who have sinned against us. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Matthew. Okay. All righty. Next item up is notices and proclamations. And Dee Dee, I don't think we had any notices or proclamations today. Next item up, public comment. And I had no one sign up today for public comment. So we'll ease on down to item number 6, which declare conflicts of interest. Is there anything on the agenda that anyone have a conflict with? If so, please declare that at this time. Hearing none, we'll ease on down to the consent agenda. Looks like we have one add-on from the sheriff, one oath and deputation. Brian Garcia, Deputy Sheriff, is that correct? Okay, thank you, Sheriff. Anything else? Angela, do you have any add-ons?
I have several. Can you hear me? I have 11 to get through.
Okay.
So we're adding a budget amendment. It's the insurance receivable from the jail. It's $209,716. We're also adding Road and Bridge Precinct 1. They're moving, its line item moves, taking money out of their fuel account of $55,000, adding to repairs for $10,000, adding to road materials $45,000. I have another one for Road and Bridge Precinct 1. It is moving their capital lease payments $100,000 from that line to the capital outlay line for $100,000, a line item transfer. I have another budget amendment affecting the sheriff's office. It's for SB 22, Fund 85. The deputy salaries unused are moving. It's $26,345, and that is moving to capital outlay, less than $25,000. I have a travel advance for Lee Chambers, $473.44. I also have a travel advance for Delia Sellers, $473.44. I have a seizure return. The last names are Yang and Yang. It's going back to 2. And the amount is $192,436.17. It does include interest. Then we have another seizure being returned. It's actually just being transferred to a different agency, and that is $76,398.04, including interest. We have a United States Post Office, Liberty Postmaster, being paid $173 from the jail so they can have access to their P.O. box. And then I think these are the last two. McLennan County, it's their inmate housing bill for May, $231,414.12. Another McLennan County inmate housing for June, $204,411.60. And that is all.
Thank you, ma'am. Entertain a motion.
I got a question on number 3 on the budget amendments, 7.3 engineering new employee for Northwest Annex. Why are we entertaining that now instead of in the budget itself?
I'm transferring it from one employment bucket to another. I can't run the office in Cleveland with one person and it's already getting ready to open.
So you're moving a person to Cleveland?
We're actually moving 3 people to Cleveland, yes, sir.
So we're hiring a new employee though?
Well,
No.
I lost one, so yes, I am hiring a new one. But
Okay.
this money is for a new one.
So this is not increasing your budget?
No, it's not
Okay.
increasing my budget. What
Okay, that's-
I've moved from a inspector's position to an engineering, to a.
Okay. Make a motion to approve along with the additions.
Motion from Bruce,
Thank you.
second from Greg to approve along with the add-ons. Any further discussion?
I had one question on there about the fee schedule for the county clerk, and it was including the sheriff's fees. And my only question was, are these the same? Is it the same fee schedule from 25?
Is Leon with us today?
That was the only question.
Okay. We can hear you.
Okay. The sheriff's fees are basically the same. He broke out 2 of them that were kind of combined together. My fees are a little different. They have some statutory changes to them, but nothing that's discretionary. That's what's on the consent agenda.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, we have a motion from Bruce, second from Greg to approve with the additions and the discussion. Any further discussion at this time? Hearing none, call for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. And that motion does carry. Thank you, John. Moving on to the regular agenda. First item up, Sheriff, if you would just kind of give us a little update on what the repairs are looking like at the jail.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Judge. Just an update on the door locks and intercoms. They'll be here on the 15th to keep the installation going over those locks and intercoms. The unit innovation, the company is in the process of coding it correctly. And when they get that all coded correctly, then the maintenance crew will take over and start installing all the sensors. The general maintenance, we've corrected the lighting in the ABCD units. We worked on the plumbing on the EFGH units and the ABCD units. The lighting was installed in one dorm, and they're continuing the painting on the JKL dorm. The freezer, as you know, so far past inspections, we got to keep an eye on it. We have a quote for a new one that I've asked for the budget amendment, budget in the new deal after October 1st. We'll see how that goes to cover our bases on that. The fire restoration, there's an agenda item today. If it's approved, and I believe it will be approved, then the construction will start tomorrow. And they said that they should be finished with all that part of the fire restoration in 5 weeks. So we'll get that going. And that includes the expanded metal that we're adding to it. Allied is beginning to replace the fire hoses I told you in October. They'll be there to do that. HVAC system and some other high-priced items I think Catherine had mentioned. Harold has the quotes that we have. He's going to round up all the other information, other quotes and everything to make it legal, correct? So we're working with Harold on that, and Dwayne and Angela. The camera, the security cameras, that's in the proposal for after October the 1st. And Mr. Harold C is going to get another couple of quotes on that also. That's the update.
All right. Thank you, Sheriff. And on this, I'd prefer we have a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion to accept the sheriff's report.
Motion from Gerald, second from Greg to accept the sheriff's report. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion does carry. Thank you, gentlemen. Item number 8.2 from Mr. Brown over in the tax office. Consider and approve security contract with Greystar Protection effective 10/1/2025. Rick?
And I have copies, but I come before the court today is regarding our security officer who's basically been out there since COVID, I think 2020, when we opened back up for COVID. We were able to contract with outside security for the tax office, and it's been now over 5 years. Oh, sorry. I'm not whispering, but I'm talking. So basically, we're coming before the court today with a revised contract for our security at the tax office in Liberty. We've had the current security, I mean, it was initially called Marines something, but it was with the same personnel. The owner passed away, and his second in command took it over, and he formed, the Greystar. We had a revision in the contract where he got put on it, I think, a couple of years ago. And basically, he comes to our office every day, uniform, licensed. He's under control of state troopers. He's licensed just like goes through his training, has insurance in place. We verify all that each year. The only change this year is, he's been there, like I said, going on 6 years. We had him at a $23.75 an hour contract. That's all in, no benefits, no uniform pay, no anything. That's strictly what we get, $23.75. And a couple of years ago, we used to have him work once we got back the voter registration. So we were required to keep our office open during the early voting hours, just like, the election office is. So initially, we had him work that. So he picked up another 190 hours or something. And at $23.75, pushed it up to like the 49,000. And basically, we kept him under 49. I mean, that was a fair price, but also we didn't go out for bids. And we kept it under that way. Last year, he quit working the voters. So basically, when we're off vacation or holidays, he doesn't report. So we don't pay him. And it amounts to 1,942 hours a year if he doesn't miss a day. Right. So at the $23.75, we're projected this year to pay him like $46,000 something dollars. Our budget amount is $49,000, like it has been every year. We haven't adjusted that any time. I felt like it was time for us to maybe look at that, to give him a little bump in it. And what I'm proposing today is that we raise his hourly rate from $23.75 to $25.25. And so if you calculate $25.25 an hour times 1,942 hours, you're right under $49,000. So we still haven't increased our budget. We're not paying him. We're actually going to pay him what we have in the budget. And in the proposed budget one, I think it was $49,000. I haven't seen proposed two, but I'm assuming it's not going to be cut below that. So So we're really not asking for increased funds. We're actually going to utilize the money that has been set up the last 5 years that we haven't, for the most part, had to use. He's come up with a new contract. We have a copy of everybody. It's the same process that we had before, same limitations, same services that he provides. And I tell you, we can tell over the years, he's actually become a part of our landscape. You know, people come in, they like to see a uniformed person there. Sometimes they ask them about their tickets or if their license expired. And, you know, again, he takes it in good nature, but he is very, customer friendly for us. At the same time, maintain his vigilance. I said, don't take your eye off the window and stuff. And it's proven itself over and over again. Peace of mind for the ladies that work there, people that come in. To me, it's been a good investment for us, and I appreciate the court has provided that to us. And I recommend that we continue doing it with the same service. And as I understand legislation, I think September 1, the competitive bid thing has been increased from 50 to 100,000. So we're not even under that limitation, but we don't see the need. And this amounts to about a 5.5% hourly wage increase. So that's what I bring before the court. I've given Matthew a copy of it. I think we've sent it. We didn't send it with the initial notice, but if anyone needs a copy of it, we have them here. Yes, I had one for you. Oh, sorry.
Matthew, everything look good on?
Yes, we've looked at it. I suggest, since it wasn't distributed in the packet, that Commissioners Court, if they're so inclined, approve the increase or the adjustments, and then we can bring it back on the next agenda for formal adoption.
So Ricky, does Gray Star send someone in his absence if he can't make it that day?
He's pretty much a one-man show. He had another guy, and we'd use him sometime in Cleveland, but he basically, I guess he's very healthy because he's never missed a day of work.
It's a picture of reliability right here.
And again, at the time, I think before we had him, basically it was the sheriff's department would give us people back and forth. If we needed something, we'd call. And it was kind of it was hard to say if someone couldn't come there. We were without security a lot of times. So I can say the dependability of this service has been second to none because, he shows up. I've asked him to try to expand a little bit just because as a backup, or if we need him in Cleveland and in Liberty. But he's kind of, he maintains an office here in Liberty. And I don't know if he actually has hired anybody else. We've never had anybody but him basically for the 5 years that he's been there.
Okay. Thank you.
Make a motion to table.
Motion from Bruce. Second from David.
And this is the reasoning the package wasn't, the proposal wasn't in the package.
Table that. And bring it back.
Thank you, Richard.
Any further discussion? Yeah. Grab that back. Okay. Motion from Bruce, second from David to table. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 8.3, Veteran Services. Consider and approve Judge Knight's signature on the Texas Veterans Commission funds for Veteran Assistance Grant Closeout 2024-2025. And that y'all know that Ms. Webb has retired, and we're in the process now looking for a new person to take over Veteran Services. Matthew, is there anything we need to add to that? No. Okay.
Sure. Nothing I can think of.
Okay. But the office is still open. Just let y'all know. It's still rolling. Okay.
Make a motion to approve. Second.
Motion from Bruce. Second from Greg. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nay. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 8.4 from me, consider and approve the order for Liberty County Commissioners Court to convene on the second and fourth Tuesday each month in a regular term of fiscal year 2026, beginning at 9 a.m. The county courtroom, second floor, Liberty County Courthouse, 1923 Samington Street, Liberty, Texas. So that's what we've been meeting, I believe, since the county was started. So we're not changing the date to be the second and fourth Tuesday. Motion from Greg,
I'll second.
second from Gerald. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 8.5 for me is consider and approve the Liberty County 2026 holiday schedule and consider a replacement for the Liberty Jubilee holiday. Since the Jubilee this year in the city of Liberty they're not going to have it again. Do we want to replace that and maybe move it somewhere else? If you need time to think about it, we can always bring this back up at the next meeting. But I just wanted to bring that out, get that out there for you to look at. Or you could discuss it now.
Could we approve it and make this holiday for Liberty County the same as the Cleveland Dairy Days holidays? And then at some point, if we want to move it back, we can.
Yeah, there's that option already that,
Okay.
The Dairy Days, is their option to choose if they want to take it off or not, in lieu of another holiday. So, but yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Okay. I
Okay.
mean, there's a lot of kids here.
Yeah.
I know in our area that show up in Cleveland too.
But I guess I was thinking more of Liberty TVE, the parade day. That was the only thing I wrote down.
We could do that. Again, that would be, you could take TVE Day.
Or Dairy Days.
Dairy Day.
Isn't that option is there
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
right?
either one of them is fine, yeah.
Because I don't see a lot of people that can't show,
Yeah.
needing to do that, but they may. I mean, I talked to some folks around the precinct barn and they said that they take off a vacation day to be with their children who are out of school on the TVE parade day. Now that's a Wednesday every year, so that was the only suggestion I had.
I think that's a good idea also. I like that.
Dee Dee, did we get any other suggestions?
A lot of people like that.
They do?
I mean,
Okay.
a lot of people, since it's around the schoolhouse anyway.
The only other day that I saw that there's a lot of folks that are interested in having a 4-day weekend around the 4th of July. The only thing I see is that then we're shut down again from a precinct standpoint for maybe only 2 days that week. And so that was the only suggestion that came to play. But we did have to limit the amount of vacations so we'd have enough crews to do what we needed to do around that holiday. So that was the only other thing I had.
I believe-
think the TV is the better
I'm
option.
sorry. I think that the schools are out this year. Some of them are out that whole week for TVE.
Okay. Well, y'all want to plug in TVE Day instead of the Jubilee Day?
Yeah, let's go with TVE Day.
You make that motion, Greg?
All right, well,
Okay, got a motion from Greg,
Second.
second from Bruce. Further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Item number 8.6 from Judge Fuller up in Precinct 6. Consider and approve the purchase of 11 boxes of envelopes for his office for the total cost of $2,591.34.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion from Bruce. Second from David.
A lot of envelopes.
Yeah, I had question marks on that. What in the world is that? I don't understand that one. So can somebody just explain what that's for?
They see a lot of business. They're probably our largest JP court.
Okay.
They send out a lot of notices.
Yeah, they had all the backup data and all the stuff, but I just couldn't imagine
Mhm.
Oh, it's just
Yeah.
bad.
Okay,
It's a
all
lot.
right, it's a lot.
Also, there's another fund they can use to do that, and that may be the main reason they put it on here, to get
Okay.
approval for that fund.
Thank you.
Okay, got a motion from Bruce, a second from David to approve. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Likewise, nay. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 8-7 from Mr. C. Consider and approve soliciting invitations to bid, number 2313, for road materials for various precincts.
Yeah, it's actually gonna be 26-01, but that was needed to approve advertising. We'll have them where they're awarded in October as normal, as usual. So just approving the advertising for bids.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion from Bruce. Second from David.
Can we reach out to Knife River this time?
We send it to them every year.
Do we?
Yeah, we'll do it again.
Or maybe it's falling on deaf ears or something.
Yeah, we'll try to talk to them. Sometimes it goes to the wrong person, you know.
Yeah.
Motion from Bruce, second from David to approve. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Likewise, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Also, 8-8 from Mr. C, consider and approve payment of invoice to Caterpillar Financial Services Corporation in the amount of $100,000 for the down payment on the lease purchase of number 001-701-92943 for a 30-1007 hydraulic excavator.
Okay, this is number 3 on here. Y'all approved it. We're going up for the lease, then y'all approved the lease documents, and now we need to approve, precinct 1 wants to make a $100,000 down payment out of the current budget.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion. David. Second from Cheryl. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Likewise, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 8-9, from Mr. C. Consider and approve payment application number 13 from White Construction in the amount of $249,645.18 for the Northwest Annex Project. How many more we have to go on this?
We're seeing daylight. It's
Okay.
balance to finish 296, 295, whatever it is, so it's close.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion from Bruce. Second from David. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 8-10 from Sheriff. Discuss and take action to approve Liberty County Sheriff's Office to apply for Texas House Bill number 4264 grant for full-time employees with master proficiency certificate on or after September 1st, 2025.
Yes, sir. The House bill passed to allow a grant for every law enforcement officer in the state. It doesn't have to be sheriff's office. Constable's office, I know, is going to ask for the same permission to apply for the grant. If accepted, everybody that has a master's certificate with the sheriff's office will receive a $6,500 check.
Are they going to anticipate doing this annually from here on out, or just a one-time thing?
Well, I think it's now just a one-time thing. It was proposed to be year after year,
Okay.
but I believe right now it's just a one-time thing.
And that grant would apply to bailiffs. That would also apply to courthouse
Yes, sir.
security.
Anybody that's a commissioned officer that has a master's
Master's.
certificate.
But you're not going to be filing those yourself for all those other
The constables,
departments.
yeah, I'll help you out. Okay, because the ones that you have, right? The sheriff's office, you're going to do the bailiffs, and you're going to do the fire marshal.
Correct.
Everyone else, the constables will do their own.
Okay.
And that should cover everyone.
Yes. The reason we do the bailiffs and the fire marshal is they have their commission with the sheriff's office.
Okay, courthouse security. Do you do-
Courthouse security would have to do their own.
So I don't see the fire marshal's name on that list.
Nathan Green, well, you might have a list.
I've got the one that was.
And I'll give you that
In the
list.
attachment.
I've got his name on the list. In fact, he was in my office until I put his name on the list.
And just to be clear,
Imagine that.
I do have, so you made it sound like this is going to be a one-time lump sum payment?
That's what they said.
yes. That's what we,
That's what who said.
that's what we read on the statute right now.
Oh, okay.
The House bill. the
Mhm.
way
I
it
thought I
reads.
read in there where it could be paid out monthly as well.
It could have been paid out monthly.
So.
We've talked to the treasurer's office and they would like it if we could do it in a one-time payment. It will be
Sure.
easier for them.
Yes.
And also adding to that list, what, like you said, courthouse security will be filed by the DA. And you have one in your office.
Yes.
County attorney's office also has one that they will file.
This is a fully funded grant. It's just a pass through to the people that have the certification, right?
They're not,
Yes.
Dwayne Rhodes and Dale said that he wouldn't release the check till he got the money.
Yes.
Excellent.
He's
It
like that.
is a grant, but it's
like
going to run
that.
through, it's going to run through payroll,
Got it.
which means they'll get their benefits added to the grant.
And we pay
And the,
the
and the
benefits.
county will cover that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion from Bruce.
Second.
Second from David. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 811, for me, we have an information item. It's an update on the BioBell project in Dayton, Texas, Precinct 1. Where are our BioBell folks? Are they here today? Don't see them. Okay, we won't have an update on the BioBell. Okay. That's just an information item only, so we can go ahead and pass that. Move on down to item number 812. Commissioner Karbowski, information item, presentation discussion of a pilot proposal from Trinity River Solar by Stephen Wong and Garrett Peters. Okay. Mr. Wong and Ms. Peters, yeah, okay. Y'all come on up and visit with us.
Good morning. It's been a long time. My name is Garrett Peters. This is Tiffin Wong with Light Source BP. We appreciate the judge and commissioners having us here today to talk about our project. Y'all might remember that we were here during 2022, 2023, or very early 2024 to talk about this project. So if it's okay, I'd like to kind of start with a recap of where we left off and then see if we can answer some questions and potentially present some materials from there. Anybody have any issues with that? We'll try to go fast. We understand y'all have a very busy agenda. So the Trinity River Solar Project is in Precinct 1, Commissioner Karbowski's precinct. It's about 2,000 acres. It's being developed by Light Source BP. It's at the approximate address of Highway 90 East and Farm to Market 1009.
Henderson Ranch.
That's correct. It is a single landowner on the Henderson land. It's a 150 megawatt AC project, represents about an investment of $240 million in the county. Earliest start construction would be 2026 with a commercial operations date in mid-2028. So I'd like to kind of go back all the way to 2022, but before I get started, if you have any questions or Tiffin, if there's anything you'd like to mention, then I'll start kind of recapping where we left off.
Sure. Currently, we're leasing about 2,000 acres. The project, once built, will go down to 1,000 acres inside the fence. We're using acreage right along County Road 1009 and FN, was it 105? So that's the areas that we're looking at to build adjacent to. We've worked extensively with the Henderson family and Spindletop Ranch to make the best use of the land that was leased to us, and also to work with as many local vendors as possible. We're also working with him on potentially doing a grazing agreement, having him graze sheep, which is a highlight of Light Source BP's identity. We try to use the best agricultural use of the land that we have. And we're really excited. We've been working on this project for a very long time. We have a lot of technological milestones to overcome with having a high hurricane force winds and having solar panels that will stay put when we have hurricanes. That was a big feat of ours, so we're excited about moving this project forward. And with this tax pilot agreement, that will make this project even more successful so that we can bring money to the county, business to the county, which is approximately 200 construction workers over 18 months or so. That's what we're looking to bring to the
So I'll kind of kick off. Back in July 2022, we had an initial meeting with the judge, county attorney, and some other folks to introduce the project. Then in September 2022, we came and formally presented to Commissioner's Court, presented an application. Throughout late 2022 to mid 2023, there were negotiations taking place between the county attorney's office and outside counsel that was hired, Mr. Chuck Kimbrough. And then in September 2023, we got to a point where there was an actual draft of the tax abatement agreement. Throughout this time, I believe the county was working with another project called Liberty County Solar. Their tax abatement agreement was approved during 2023. From September 2023 to early 2024, there were a lot of drafts of the actual tax abatement agreement passed back and forth between Lightsource BP and the county attorney's office and Mr. Kimbrough. And then conversations kind of fizzled from there. I know that a lot of it, and I don't want to place blame, there was some turnover at Lightsource BP. I know that Mr. Kimbrough had some health issues throughout 2023, 2024. So what we're here today is to accomplish three things. We want to, number one, present info on the project, kind of familiarize everybody with it again. Number two, we want to answer any questions the Commissioner's Court or the public might have. And then number three, we want to, see if there's any way that we can resume the economic development negotiations that were taking place in 2023 and 2024 to potentially get this back on track.
And in the last two pages of the attachment that you have has a little bit more on specifics of what we're asking.
And this slide right here is near the back, probably 3 pages from the back. These are the terms that were in the very last agreement that Mr. Kimbrough presented. It should look like this right here. And so what was unique about this agreement, if everyone's at those bullet points, is this had something very unique as far as pilots go in the state of Texas and pilot agreements go in the state of Texas. Generally, what would happen in most pilot agreements is a company builds a project, hands a certificate to the county and says, hey, we finished our project, we turned it on, we're ready for our pilot agreement to begin. This agreement was unique, and this was a lot of Mr. Kimbrough's hard negotiating, as well as, the Liberty County Solar Project had some things to offer the county as well, and we needed to be competitive with that. And so this project had upfront payments in it. It had a $75,000 payment to the county just for approving an agreement. So even if the project never got built, county received $75,000. If the project did actually start construction, that was another $50,000 milestone payment to the county. If the project completed construction, that was another $50,000 payment to the county. So what happened here is there were almost 3 years of upfront payments before the actual pilot agreement kicked in, which was really unique. Oftentimes a landowner builds a house, it's almost 1.5 years later until the county receives any revenue off that residence, just given the way the tax code works. And so we're trying to combat that as well as incentivize the county and be a little more competitive. Additionally, in some of those negotiations that happened, we originally came in as do most, I'm a consultant, right? And I said, hey, what's the best deal we can get? And so we originally came in asking for a 10-year agreement, a 10-year term on that pilot agreement. And the commissioners, the judge, and your attorney said, no way, not doing that. So we came back with 7. No way, we're not doing that. And so we landed at 5. 5 years is one of the shortest agreements that I've ever been a part of in renewable development, especially in solar projects. I mean, this is a very, very aggressive agreement from the county's position as I see it doing these agreements all across the state. Those were just a couple of the high points that I want to call out. It was the short term of the agreement, the upfront payments, and then the scaling of payments throughout the agreement. This is where things left off, and we're just hoping to answer any questions and see if we get some feedback.
I'll tell you what, let us get through our budget cycle at the moment. Probably after October 1st, maybe we can sit down together and have a workshop with you.
Okay.
Pilot is payment in lieu of tax. And those are used pretty extensively in larger corporations. If I were to do some type of an abatement project with Exxon, for instance, a pilot project. I wouldn't look at anything else. But since we need to go back and refresh, let's look after October 1st. And we can sit down then. Do it before November 1st because it's deer hunting season, pal.
I'll also give our tax assessor, Richard
And-
Brown, time to look over. I just handed
Judge,
him the
if
papers.
I may, this was a project that we worked with Mr. Kimbrough on well into 2024, but ultimately the court declined any further negotiations. That was a vote taken by this body in 2024. So this is the same project. And I would also add that this project is not something that you can compare equally to the Liberty Solar project. They're not apples to apples projects.
Sounds like another reason for a workshop to discuss it.
Yeah, it's not fresh on mine.
No, that's right.
Yeah, if y'all would use that, we would.
Thank you. Thank y'all. We know you'll have a very busy calendar today, so we appreciate y'all's time.
You bet. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Appreciate the handout too. This is going to be helpful. This is only an information item only. We're going to pass on any action. Okay, item number 813 from Sheriff. Good morning again, Sheriff. Consider and approve the payment to Unit Innovations and Comcast Business using Liberty County Commissary Inmate Trust Funds. Total amount of $40,630.97.
Yeah, Judge, we're trying to be really transparent. Miss Angela has been kind of overseeing us and making sure we walk the chalk line, and she came up with some stuff. And so what we're trying to do is put on the consent agenda the bills that we're paying out of the commissary fund, and anything that's expenses over $1,000, we're going to put on the court agenda. My jail administrator got kind of hyper, I think, on this because this was already approved, and she just wanted you to know that these bills have been paid after y'all approved them to be paid. So
I'm glad to hear that. That commissary fund's coming up quite a few times since we.
yes, that's correct. So Angela got us online on that. But so in the future, you'll see prior to payment that we're going to have it on the consent agenda. Anything over $1,000 will be on the regular agenda.
And that happened again because of a statute that is enacted that says if we are neighboring a county with the population, say, of Harris County, which we are, they have to report to you guys what they're spending.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion from Bruce, a second from Greg to approve. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Item number 814 from Ms. Soliday. Consider and approve Trinity Pine Estates minor plat and their donation of right-of-way for a portion of County Road 2318 in Precinct 4. Attached in the packet is LJA's engineering letter of approval of the minor plat and a copy of the plat map showing the land gifted to Liberty County, Texas.
This was on the last agenda, and I was asked to bring it back to show the gifting of the land, and it is in the plat and marked that it's gifted to Liberty County.
Matthew?
Yeah.
We have no objection.
Make a motion to approve.
Second. Motion from Bruce, second from David. Further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Likewise, nays.
Gentlemen, the Mylars did arrive, so if we could make sure you sign them before you take off.
Yeah, y'all don't all run off.
Thank you.
Okay, number 815, Sheriff Rader. Consider and approve Cotton Commercial USA Incorporated to proceed with the fire damage repair at the jail at an updated cost of $263,972.60. Due to this being a safety issue for the inmates as well as jail staff. The commissary fund will be used to pay for the increase. Okay, Sheriff?
Yes, sir, Judge. It was approved, the $190,000 before for the expanded metal and the things. And what happened is an engineer came in and did a study. First of all, when they got to digging, they found it was metal. And I don't know if you ever came up with the name. I don't know what they call the metal inside the sheetrock, but it had that. They had thought it was just going to be sheetrock, so it was an extra charge to remove the metal and sheetrock. And then they got to looking, and there was not enough support up to hold the expanded metal because they're going back with the sheetrock with the metal in it. And so that came with the engineer costs, more support, weight calculations and everything that they did. It's an increase of $73,927.32. And there is money enough in the commissary plan to pay for that. And so we just need permission, let you know that we're going to spend the commissary money out of that.
Matthew and Angela, any objection?
Sounds good to me. Those are approved.
So, Judge, I want to bring up in case this comes up now. We're doing repairs over there for the fire, and this is not going to be reimbursed by insurance.
Yeah.
We already knew that. We
didn't
talked
have
about
that
that.
question.
But the other question is Cotton Commercial, who basically our insurance company is working with. They get their estimate. They whittled it down quite a bit. But Cotton Commercial is on Choice Partners. So if somebody looks, we're spending $200,000. That's why, because they're on a co-op, and we're a member of Choice Partners. When y'all approve this, or if you approve it, we'll send it to Choice Partners, and they'll go through it, making sure we're getting the prices we're supposed to get on it.
I'll second that motion.
Motion from Greg. Second from Bruce.
Bob, you got enough money in that commissary to support our new budget?
Got a motion from Greg, second from Bruce to approve. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Item number 816, Judge Chambers, Judge Hinch, and me, consider and approve the payment of $4,500 to Texas Lawyers Insurance Exchange for the judge's professional liability insurance coverage. It's $1,500 a year for each judge, and I sure would appreciate it. Otherwise, I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of probates or guardianships or anything else.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion from Bruce. Second from David. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 817, from Mr. C, consider and approve the purchase of a 2024 Explorer upfitting at the amount of $73,691.25 from Sewell Family of Companies through the buy board contract number 724-23 for the Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, one thing I want to say is that's a 2024 Explorer and upfitting. That's not just the upfitting for $73,000. That's all together.
And this is out of the sheriff's budget?
Yes.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Well, you're going to make sure that came out of his budget, weren't you?
That's right.
See there, Bobby, they're looking out for your best interest. Motion from Bruce, a second from David. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion does carry. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 818 from Mr. Dennis over in the IT department. Let's see, Nick, you have a consider and approve service activation for VoIP services for the Northwest Annex.
Yes, sir. This is just so we can activate the phone systems and lines. The new building.
And how much is this?
This one is
271.
Hold on a second.
271.
Yes, sir. $271.30 a month.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion from Bruce, a second from David to approve. Any further discussion?
Yeah, Is this included in the new budget? 'Cause it looks like a recurring cost from now
Yes,
on
Yes, it's
for the Northwest Annex.
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right.
All right, got a motion and a second, further discussion. Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nay. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Also, 819, Mr. Dennis, don't sit down yet, Nick. We got plenty more to go. Consider and approve the transition from PRI circuits to SIP trunks for the permits building point number move to the new building. So we're going to be moving. some items.
currently, yes, sir. So currently, the annex building is the hub that houses the numbers for the permits office in annex. So since they have a new building, we're transitioning the analog circuits to SIP trunks, which is the digital. So that one bill we'll be able to have two different buildings on one bill. And that will bring the current bill for that one is, give me just 1 second. Yeah, it's currently $436.80, and it'll bring the bill down to $305.13.
And with this move, where are we going to put our central location? Are we
So-
putting it in the,
They're two separate.
Okay.
It's just one bill.
make a motion to approve?
Motion from Bruce. Second from David to approve. Further discussion.
And we can get the permit department moved.
Yes, sir.
Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nay. Motion does carry. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 820 from Mr. Dennis. Consider and approve transition from PRI circuits to SIP trucks for VoIP services in support of planned ISP upgrades and cost savings at this location.
Yes, sir. So we're going around, we're looking at internet package upgrades and just evaluating some of the bills from our ISPs. Precinct 4 is currently $772 a month for the business circuit, which is an older circuit. We're going to transition their analog connections to SIP trunks, which gives us a cost and reduction there. And then it gives us a little bit more wiggle room when we look for what internet packages we're going to do, so we can bring that monthly bill way down. So that's what we're working on transitioning.
Is it going to increase our speed any?
Yes.
Okay.
Once we do the phone swap, then we can address the internet itself.
You hear Jeopardy music.
I
every
already
piece
know.
from-
I know.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion from Bruce. Second, David, you, David. Okay. My ear is working today, okay?
Yeah, good.
Motion Bruce, second from David. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays.
Thank you very much.
Thank y'all. Hey, I'll take a break just for 1 second. We got some special guests here today. Since nobody ever turns around at the front desk here to see who all walks in. Okay. Anyway, Allie, see there, okay, from Janice Holt's office, our state representative's office. Glad to have you here. Derek Wood, City Manager Dayton, thank you for coming over, Derek. And Briscoe Kane walked in. Briscoe is, you're running for CD9, right?
That's it, Judge.
Okay, glad to have you. Thank y'all for coming. Okay. Item number 821 from our good friends over at Linebarger. Consider and approve resale tax bids as follows. D. Gilbert, property ID number 10672, bid amount's $35,000.
Now, I had to look at this one real close. The judgment on it is $33,000, so it's above the judgment itself. The property itself is valued at $324,000, but it has been on the list for quite a few years. It's 25 acres, bare land. Making a motion to approve, just get it back on the tax roll.
Motion from Bruce, second from David. Any further discussion?
I did have one question. There was a statement in there that says bidders aware of a post judgment years 2023 and 24 in the amount of $16,800. What I don't understand what.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning, commissioners. My name is Derek Mendoza with the Linebarger Law Firm. Essentially, there are years that are outside of judgment that are owed. And so the bidder is actually or at least made an agreement or a commitment to pay those years as well.
Okay, so
So
it's
they're not talking
35
more
plus
money
those
coming in.
years.
Correct,
Yes,
yes.
Excellent.
So you can
Thank you.
see in 2 years, it's accumulated another $16,800
Gotcha.
in taxes.
No,
It does him no good to accept this without paying
Right.
those.
He'll take subject to it. At least they-
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, we have a motion from Bruce, a second from David to approve. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion does carry. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 822 from Mr. C. Boy, I thought I know we had this many from you. Harold would just got them all in one pile, but now we're gonna get you some exercise. Okay. Consider and approve recommendation to award RFP number 25-11 for emergency ambulance services. Okay, Harold, let me get this.
Committee appointed by court. You see the committee members on there. They evaluated 4 different vendors that submitted their request for proposals. You see the one rated the highest was Acadian Ambulance Service. My understanding is, I didn't go to any of the meetings, my understanding is we're paying about 1.1 million, I think, a year, and it's pretty close. It might be a little more, but it depends, because there's some options in there, the other side to change from a basic to an advanced or whatever. But it's pretty close, I think, to what we have now, but we do have both county attorneys and the fire marshal. We don't have any questions about what the committee did. And this starts in March, I think, is it? March?
It does, the contract, the current contract expires in March of 2026. But the evaluation committee met, and of course, the scores came back, and depending on what you choose to approve today in court, this gives us an upstart on negotiating those terms and getting contracts executed and so forth.
Is this a standard county bid conditioning sheet? So you've conditioned these bids so that you can come up with the best value vendor. That's what you did, right?
Yeah, we
Yes, there's a scale.
Okay. So it's just a little over 1/3 of its pricing, and I've never seen anything. Usually pricing has a much greater value to conditioning and things as company background history and, we dealt with. So I'll be honest, I'm a little uncomfortable with the way that bid is conditioned. But also, we do have, since the judge pointed out, we have Derek Woods here from the city, because the city also uses Allegiance at this point. And so, and I don't know if Cleveland does. I don't know if any other cities in the county do.
Cleveland does.
So where does this leave the city? And the reason I bring it up is because even though the folks in the cities don't, they don't call a complaint about their roads, they call Derek and the other city managers and city councils. They do pay county taxes. So where does this leave those folks? This contract changing vendors?
Well, it shouldn't leave us at all without services. There is a lag time. Again, our contract with Allegiance doesn't expire until March. And if they choose to terminate early, there are notice requirements contained in our current contract with Allegiance, and they would have to adhere to those, or otherwise they would be in breach of contract. But during the course of our evaluation process, all of those who submitted bid proposals were asked how quickly would it take to get boots on the ground in Liberty County to serve our citizens in time of emergency. And I do believe, and please, Fire Marshal, correct me if I'm wrong, Acadian said that they could have boots on the ground within 6 hours.
That's pretty good.
If necessary.
If necessary.
Again, I guess my question because we provide mutual aid between the cities and the county. And so how does that work now if these cities don't have contracts with Acadian?
The cities have their own contracts. It's not tied into the county contract.
This is just for unincorporated areas.
And to address your other concern about price being inadequately considered in the criteria, services like these that deal with health and life safety, the most important aspect is their ability to provide the services and to provide them quickly and provide them adequately. Price is something that under law you consider secondary and negotiate with them afterwards to ensure that the price is acceptable.
Okay, I guess my question is though, price should be right at the top. You know, it should be 60% or more of an evaluation process on a bidder, but that's just my opinion, of course.
Let me address this. Let me answer your question. When we do a bid, when you get a bid, that's the price you're gonna stick with. Whatever the price is, you're gonna go with it. If you do a proposal, you want to know a lot about the company, which is what the other criteria are. Because you want to go with a low bid, obviously. But with proposal, you can negotiate with them. So you go through and evaluate based on these, and then you negotiate. They can come back, after you talk to them, they come back with the best and final offer that's lower than that, if they choose to. There's a lot of negotiation in it, and that's why these are just the basic criteria to evaluate them to whether you want to talk to them or not.
I think Allegiant's done a good job. Family service, we have that. You agree or disagree?
They're providing service. There's always going to be some that disagree with and have a different opinion. The services are being provided. There have been some questions raised in the last 3-4 months that looked into, but yes, the service is being provided.
Yeah, I see it running all the time.
The price is important, but the service you get is more
Absolutely,
important.
yeah. No doubt about it.
And the committee evaluated it and they recommended it.
So are we going to have two different vendors though after this between the city and the county?
Well, that's not unusual to have cities. Some of the cities have their own ambulance service. In my experience in the past, it's first responders, whether it's ambulance, fire, whatever, they work together pretty closely.
Okay.
And I wouldn't expect much difference here.
The city of Liberty has their own EMS service built into their department. So we have that. Will always be a constant difference between what the county does.
And Fire Marshal, and maybe the city manager can comment as well. Is Allegiance going to remain the primary ambulance service for the city of Dayton?
I don't know. I'd have to ask Mr. Woods.
I don't know. Their contract expires in December 31st.
Okay.
So I would assume that if a contract is awarded to Acadia, that they're probably not gonna have a footprint here in Liberty County anymore. I don't know why they would. I wouldn't from a business perspective, but we just don't want to be caught with that ambulance. So, and our contract expires before this one would take place. So that's why I'm here to figure out what you guys are doing. And we would like to request that in your negotiations, if you do move forward with this, that it does specify the mutual aid side of it for us, because if they do pull out before, I don't know what we're gonna do for ambulance. So I'm actually gonna visit these folks here when y'all.
Okay. All right. So we would ask Arcadian if the court chooses to go forward with that they provide mutual aid with the cities until we get this all
Absolutely.
replaced.
If the court votes to approve the lowest and best bid today, what would need to happen only if that contract with Allegiance is terminated before May.
March,
excuse me. Thank you, Judge. We would have to enter in some sort of separate interlocal agreement with the city of Dayton.
Okay, for that kind of service.
And
Okay.
possibly Cleveland, because they're also using Allegiance.
Yeah.
but I don't know when their contract's up in Cleveland.
I don't know that yet. But I do want to point out, yes, this may have been the low bid, but it was also the high score of the overall evaluation process that was outlined in the request for proposal. So this wasn't based simply on the dollar amount.
No, I understand. You can tell by your conditioning, the cost is like a third of the value. It's only 35% of this particular contract. That's why it just, alarms went off when this was handed to me just now, because we didn't get a chance to look at this before. I'm not used to seeing that. It reminds me of the old story about Jake Garn, the senator from Utah, and he was sitting on the shuttle. I think he was like 70 years old. And they said, Jake, Senator, what were you thinking of when you were sitting in that shuttle about to take off? He said, I was thinking that every bolt, screw, and piece of fabric in this vessel was provided by the low bidder. And so we're not necessarily getting the low bidder here. We're getting the best value for the county. And that's what I need to see everybody saying that
Yes.
what we're getting for this changing contract, because we've heard from Commissioner Whitmer. I really don't know about ambulance services, but I believe what he says, and that they've been good. I'm assuming they've been good everywhere. I don't know, but anyway, it's just again, this is not a typical bid conditioning sheet.
No, you're exactly right. These contracts are different, with certain goods and services, where it's pretty much the same good, regardless of who's providing it, then you're just looking for the best price. But with professional services, it's certainly services to deal with healthcare, then the highest quality services is the most important thing. And so there are certain types of services that we're not even allowed to go out and just purely bid out and make a decision based on cost alone. We're required to consider quality first. So that's why this is very unusual in that sense. Absolutely.
I can understand that, because they may have a couple of pieces of junk that won't start when you need them to. And so I understand.
I'll make a motion to go with the recommendations of the committee and accept Arcadian Ambulance Service.
Second.
Motion from Bruce, second from Greg. Any further discussion?
I don't know that it's necessary for your motion, but again, to work with the cities that now have allegiance, so that we can try to flange all this up so that we can provide that mutual aid to one another. I think it will be beneficial for everyone.
Well, I think I agree. And I think that our office and maybe the fire marshal, we can work with the city managers and try to do that, and then come back to y'all in future.
Thank you.
Okay, got a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Move on to 823 from Ms. Harris. Consider and approve the selection of the sick pool committee to be drawn during Commissioners Court. This is my time to shine, right? Okay. Don't have to be present to win. That's right.
2 names and an alternate.
Okay. Whoops, I got 2 of them that time. That's nice. Tammy Manuel, JP4. And George Allen Vickery, Gospel 2. And we have 1 alternate to get. Oops. Camry Kellum from the Sheriff's Office. All right. There you go, Sheriff.
That's not good.
This a second.
No kidding.
George
Doing
Vickery
well.
with Constable 2.
We'll save those for next year. Okay.
These will be for the 25-26 year.
All right. Have to consider a motion and a second at this time.
Make a motion to accept the choices.
I'll second.
Got a motion from Bruce, second from Gerald. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, number 824 from Ms. McMillan over in Indigent Healthcare. Consider and approve the turnkey contract letter of renewal for fiscal year 25-26. Penny?
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Morning, Commissioner.
Good morning.
This probably could have been under the consent agenda, but we just put it officially under the agenda. It is our second year for the renewal with Turnkey Health. And if you look under the contract that was signed in August 2024, it's already been approved, but these amounts come up effective every October. So
What is the raise from last year to this year?
it's a 2% raise.
Okay.
So it's last year, well, what we're paying currently is $87,810.75.
566.
Yes, going up to $89,566.96. And then we have your 3 and 4. So after the 4th, we'll have to renew the whole contract. So that's
Make a
just.
motion to approve.
Motion from Bruce, second from David. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 825 from Mr. Poston over in the county attorney's office. Discuss, take potential action allowing for the interview performance review committee to begin the search for a qualified candidate to recommend filling the upcoming vacancy of veteran services officer. Recommendations will be made to the Liberty County Commissioners Court. And that's just asking for permission.
That's correct, just to start the process.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion from Bruce to approve. Second from Greg. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Item number 26 will be an executive session item, so I would ask we pass that at this time. We'll come back to it. Item number 827 from Mr. Poston. Discuss, take potential action regarding acceptance of approximately 2,600 feet of County Road 48619 in Cedar Springs subdivision from the detention pond to the cul-de-sac. Okay.
Your Honor, the court will recall this was on the last agenda. I put it back on to correct some minor notice issues.
Yes, sir.
We have taken a look at this. You know, our rules require generally a maintenance bond be in place when we accept roads. So both items 27 and 28 are in effect a grant of a variance from our usual rules. I've looked at this. I personally don't see any advantage to the county in doing this, but it is the court's decision and within y'all's discretion.
Matthew, does anyone know, is this considered section 5 of this development?
I can't remember if it was 5 or 6 now off the top of my head. Lauren, do you have a minute?
I'm believing it's 6. But don't quote me because I haven't looked at them out in a while.
So section 5 and section 6 are in the city of Dayton's ETJ. And so my question is, who has jurisdiction over the ETJ properties and subdivision developments?
Now, this one here has been out of the ETJ of Dayton. They requested a letter on it, so it is no longer in the ETJ of Dayton, Texas.
So they opted out through Dayton City Council?
Yes.
Which would mean it would be solely within our jurisdiction. Generally, though, if a subdivision is within the ETJ, it's either the city or the county can approve it. In the past, we've had an interlocal with the city of Dayton where the city of Dayton would approve the plats within the ETJ so that they could use the city's standards.
So do we still have that interlocal?
I believe we do.
Probably.
So this obviously was not in the city standards because that's curbed and gutter concrete streets.
Correct.
That's correct.
So,
And although the roads that are in the ETJ that it gets approved by Dayton, Liberty County still, at the end of the day, has to maintain these roads and inspect these roads.
okay. So well. So we don't know who has jurisdiction when it's in an
I got the
ETJ.
letter on
Well,
It can't be both. It should be one or the other.
Right, I agree. And
the subdivision.
it is possible. So the city can't without, I believe I'm saying this right, the city cannot unless the county agrees to let the city exercise jurisdiction.
Yeah.
But
And that whole
the city has to,
they don't ever.
the city has to opt out. They have to approve the opt-out process.
Yes, for to be opting or to opt out of the ETJ or the city limits, they have to. Now, there are a bunch of updates on the laws that I'm not too familiar with there, but generally property owners now have that prerogative.
Good.
Yes, sir. Come on up, Mr. Alders. Would please.
We submitted that to the city council, and according to the law, if they don't act on it in 45 days, it becomes official. They elected not to vote on it, but to let the 45 days go by, and in effect, we take it out of the city's ETJ.
Okay.
I can assure you that's true.
Make a
And that-
motion to approve.
That is,
Sorry, Matthew.
Okay.
oh, no, that's okay. Yeah.
Okay, we got a motion from Bruce. Second, from David. He beat you to it there, Greg. Motion from Bruce, second from David. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays.
Nay.
Okay, we have 3 ayes, 1 nay. That motion does carry. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 828, Mr. Poston, discuss and take potential action regarding the waiver of the standard 2-year maintenance period for approximately 2,600 feet of County Road 48619 in Cedar Springs subdivision from the detention pond to the cul-de-sac in exchange for the donation of $20,000 to Liberty County prepayment damages by the developer, Weldon Alders.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion from Bruce. Second. Second from Greg. Further discussion.
Oh, yeah, I've got some questions.
Okay.
So first of all, how was the amount calculated? Based on what?
I can't answer that.
What it would cost for any minor repairs to the road. In 9 years that I have been on this bench, there has not been one road in my precinct that has failed or that has not went through the 2-year maintenance program. So what I do is I take the money allotted here that I figured would cost to do a minor repair in 2 years and take this money and go about fixing other people's roads.
Okay. So you can't, I mean, but it's not just the road. It's the ditches, the mowing, the maintenance of the ditches and all that.
Correct.
So I did go take a look at this, and there are a number of culverts that have been installed. And so were they permitted through our permit office? And why not?
The drainage district is over that area over there and has been out there.
No, you're over that district. You're over that,
yes,
not the drainage district. Drainage
Well-
district doesn't do county road ditches.
No, they do not.
They do not. So my question is that, I mean,
Are
it
they
looks like,
properly installed?
it looks like all the parcels have culverts installed. And if you look at the county standards on how they're bedded, they just have that black gumbo over the tops of them.
Now, the first section of road that you're talking about does have the culverts, but from the detention pond to the cul-de-sac, there is no culverts in the county
Bruce, you
road
need to
ditches.
take a ride.
Have you put any in there since
You need to go see. It's
the culverts
yeah,
going to the private
they're in there,
property?
Bruce.
You asked me a question.
Yeah, the culverts going into that private property, or, from the cul-de-sac back down, or from the detention pond down the cul-de-sac. Last time I went out there, there was no culverts in there.
There are culverts there.
Are they?
Yeah.
So there were, no,
Right, that's the court.
Yeah.
4 years ago, I gave Commissioner Leon Wilson $60,000 for section 2 and 3. Commissioner, have you spent any money on the roads in section 2 and 3?
No, sir.
I gave him $60,000.
Let's put that, if you didn't give it to Leon, you gave it to
County.
I'll clarify that.
Leon came over the amount. The reason I'm doing this, I'm 85 years old, going on 86. My wife knows nothing about roads, and if something were to happen to me, I don't have anybody that could take care of the roads. And I don't want my wife having that liability. He will not spend one nickel on those roads in 2 years. But I'm glad to donate, if you please, the $20,000 just to protect my estate, my wife and family. I know how to do it. I've got the people to do it. By the way, we built the roads to the prison system for free for y'all about 30 years ago. Didn't charge a penny. Both those roads out there got my rock on them, my asphalt, and nobody paid me then because Mr. James said, and Bob Martin said the county didn't have any money. So what I get for that? Nothing. But I'm glad to put this $20,000 up, knowing that you won't need it, but because of my age. And my health is not that good right now. And I don't want my wife and those customers depending on somebody to fix the road in 2 years to come back before this court and try to get you to take it. That's the whole precept behind this.
so we've already established from the county attorney's office, there's no advantage to the county taking this money. My thing is it's a very bad precedent, whether it was set in this subdivision earlier or not. And so are we going to now accept everyone waiving the 2-year maintenance program for all of this development that's coming our way? And I'm telling you, it's going to be hundreds, if not thousands of miles of roads in the coming years. So what's our path forward from here? Are we going
It's not a precedent. We've done this.
Okay.
A couple of other places before.
So is that the way we're going to go as a commissioner's court, not look at conditions of the roads? Because I see a lot of roads deteriorating in a short period of time that we don't simply have the funds to go fix like we need to in precinct 4. And I know this isn't in precinct 4, but it's only been in precinct 1 for like 5 years since the last census.
How long is that road?
2,600 feet. That's what it says.
Quarter of a mile.
So anyway, I just think this is not good business for the county. I understand Mr. Alder's concern for his family and not having to do the maintenance on it, but I just don't think that accepting these payments in lieu of is good business for the county. That's just my opinion.
Okay. We have a motion and a second to approve. We've had adequate discussion. Is there any further discussion this time?
I thought we already voted on.
No.
Go ahead.
Fixing to. Okay, hearing no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays.
Nay.
We have 3 ayes, 1 nay, and that measure does pass. Thank you, gentlemen. Moving right along. Next item would be, go back to item number 26, and at this time,
Make a
I ask the
motion to
court
go,
move an executive session.
make a motion, go executive session.
Second, David. Motion, Bruce. All in favor, say aye.
Thanks for watching, y'all.
It's now 10:57. We're out of executive session, back in regular session. That executive session was held per local government code 551.071, consultation with attorney. And item number 826 for Mr. Poston is to consider and approve an order authorizing approval of proposed Texas statewide opioid settlement agreements with the following defendants, which would be Purdue, Alvogen, Apotex, Amneal Pharmaceuticals, Hikima Pharmaceuticals, Indivior, that's how you say it, Viatris, and some pharmaceutical, and Zeiss Pharmaceuticals. So there's a bunch of defendants here. But at this time, we're going to look at the order or the resolution, which is authorizing the approval of the proposed Texas statewide opioid settlement agreement. So with that being stated, what say the court?
Those were approved.
Motion from Greg,
Second.
second from Bruce to approve. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion does carry. Thank you, gentlemen. So next item, Bruce, is to adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion from Bruce, second from David. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And we are adjourned.